Hi guys, welcome to our another episode of Startup Hustle Podcast. As you all know, I'm your host Veronica Nzu, and today I have an amazing guest with me. I don't know if you guys are ready to meet him, but before I even introduce him to you, I want you guys to go in all social media platforms and follow us at Startup Hustle Podcast and at Swahili Design Lab. So let me introduce you guys to my first and foremost guest of today. And before I even continue talking, I just want you to tell us who you are.
Thank you very much, V.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Hudson Savala. I am an artist, an entrepreneur, and a guy with many other talents.
So that's Hudson Savala.
That is definitely Hudson Savala.
And you know, I've just told you to introduce your name.
You asked who I was.
Yeah, those are the perks of being an entrepreneur. You just want to tell us everything, yeah?
The name is part of me.
Okay.
So everything else that is associated with me is me.
That's true. So Hudson Savala, let us just dive into what you do as an entrepreneur. So you told us that you are an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is you being an artist associated in entrepreneurship?
Yeah, definitely. When I say an artist, I'm specific on graffiti, the paint and muralist, that is. Yeah, and I took that in as a career. So I am self-employed, and I came up with a group called Bigfoot Arts. So we do many things in art. We do t-shirt printing, logo designing. That is also part of art, and also muralist.
So you can draw me, yeah.
Yeah, I have somebody in Bigfoot Arts who can actually do that.
Okay, that's really incredible. So, can you just dive into? Let us just dive into the Bigfoot Arts because it's something that you're doing as an entrepreneur out there. Because I know you're not doing it as maybe non-profit thing. It's a profit thing that you're doing, yeah. You and your community of other people. So tell us, what does Bigfoot do?
Bigfoot Arts, first of all, inatoka Mazeras. Mazeras is a town along Mombasa-Nairobi highway. It's actually in Kilifi County, but uko mwisho ya boda ya Kilifi na Kwale. No. So that's where most of the artists in Bigfoot Arts come from, because charity begins at home.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of art other than the muralist I've told you about, the graffiti, the t-shirt printing. We also dive into recycling of plastics. Because when I came to Mombasa, many youths were championing for environment protection and all that. So I decided to, let me throw this to my hood in Mazera. So we also took that as our initiative. So at Bigfoot Arts, we also we deal with recycling. And recycling, basically, we do home decors and office decors. That is pencil pouches, stationery holders, that is flower vests. Yeah, from single-use plastic water bottles.
Okay, that's really incredible. You're like trying to close the gap of plastic waste pollution in the community and also creating awareness at the same time. That's really impressive.
Thank
you. What position do you have at Bigfoot?
And I'm not so much about the positions. With positions comes with a lot of responsibilities.
True.
So if you are a founder of something, then you are a founder, all right?
Yeah.
So yes, I am a founder, but a co-founder.
Okay.
So if I may take you back.
Yeah.
So Bigfoot Arts, we have the footprint as our logo.
Yeah.
So my dad used to use that Bigfoot logo as Bigfoot Arts. All right. So back in the time, we used to have messengers, times like in our wafalme and all that. We used to have messengers.
They are Kamba traders.
Yeah, wanapewa, a message or deliver verse, across the highlands or whatever. And they used to get their so fit, all right? Saa zingine pia wanakatwa na machupa and all that. But despite all that, they had to deliver the message to the intended recipient. So to mark or to appreciate the work of that messenger, in our modern times, my dad used to paint people with big feet, literally miguni kubwa.
Okay.
So that was like a signature to appreciate the artist because he's a messenger. That's why you get when somebody is buying a painting, it's because the message he's getting from it is his or hers, the intended recipient, all right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want it to be a family thing. No. So nikasema juu pale mtaani kuna other artists wenye bado hawajulikani cause hawana platform and all that. Nikamwa, let me register this as a group and include artists, not just the Savalas. So that's how Bigfoot Arts came to be.
So it was born, you are carrying your father's message forward.
Yeah, so I don't know if you'll call me a founder or a co-founder. That's why it's usually confusing when it comes to, are you the founder or the co-founder? Because I'll say I'm a founder in terms of being as a group.
Okay.
All right. But since I'm using somebody's brand, that is my dad, I tend to call myself a co-founder.
Okay.
So he's the founder.
He's the founder.
Respect.
Okay. Okay. And that's really incredible, actually. Lots of message. I think I've learned something from you about the food thing.
Yeah.
So let us just dive into the entrepreneurship part of it. As an entrepreneur in, let me just say in Mombasa County, or in the coastal region, what are the challenges that you face as an artist?
Oh my, nitaanzia wapi? Entrepreneurship is hard.
True.
Across the board, entrepreneurship is very difficult.
Yeah.
If I was given a time to go back and I'm told what you studied, uko na mahali ya kufanya kazi, ama uache hiyo ufanye entrepreneurship, man, ningeingia tu kwa employment.
Why?
Because entrepreneurship is hard. I know there's that there's that satisfaction, setting those achievable goals and you achieve them. But pia kuna a lot of sacrifices that you have to take. All right? Na certain at this watu ambao wako employed. No, because when it comes to sacrifices, watu ambao wako employed, maybe waking up early ama disorienting your schedule because made abrupt meetings and all that. But with entrepreneurship, you are sacrificing throughout. And when you're starting something, and you're trying to onboard other people, it becomes even harder because those guys that you're bringing on board might not carry your vision. So hata kusacrifice vitu zingine, it is difficult.
Yeah.
So with entrepreneurship, other than kupata ile do yenye unataka ama zile fruits kabla uanze kuzikula, it's a long period.
Okay, so right now, Savala, if I give you a job, you'll just take it all away. Because when I look at you, I just see somebody who is so resilient, who really wants to carry the message forward, the art message forward. Because in as much as you want a 8 to 5 job, but you don't look like one. Honestly speaking, you don't look like one, because you cannot tell me that the years that you've been you've not been in school, you haven't gotten any job opening out there and taken it up. Why did you decide to stay in the entrepreneurship sector?
Unaona ni kama asali, mchovia asali hachi kuchovia mpaka imeisha. Unaona? So when it comes to entrepreneurship, kuna kale the sweet part of entrepreneurship is you can budget your time. You can plan your time. ni wewe, you're not doing it for somebody else. Unaona? So once you taste that freedom and then you think of making money for somebody else and then you're appreciated kidogo, tena hiyo ina kuhold back bana. Unasema tu wacha ningangane na hii yangu.
Umeelewa? Yeah.
Because ile sacrifice naweza fanya kama as an entrepreneur kwa biashara yangu, I can stay up all night working on something because I know at the end of the day ama that period kuna do napata. It's different venye nitajitolea kama nafanyia, not to say but muindi kazi. Umeelewa? Because najua at the end of the day yeye ndo anapata ile do mingi.
Yeah.
So mi ile ambayo ananipatia ni kidogo kulingana na how much I've sacrificed. So once you taste that freedom,
there is no going back.
Yeah.
So the freedom of entrepreneurship is everything.
It's everything. Ni vile tu saa zingine, what makes people tend to regret or try to want to go back to employment is hardship in terms of kama sahi economy.
True.
Hakuna job. Hata customers wenyewe wanalalamika job mi sina. For example, I'll give an example of sisi kama big food.
Yeah.
When it comes to the decors. Deco is not something that is a want. Is it a want or a need? Kama food basic, unaona?
Yeah.
So convincing somebody to spend money to buy a deco rather than food stuff ni ngumu.
But I think it's how you package yourself as big food.
I know, but
we've talked about I'm sorry to cut you short.
Yeah,
we've talked about plastic waste, you trying to revamping the plastic waste from the environment to art. And right now the world talks about climate change and everything. So like you can look for this opportunity so that you can grow yourself and your community. You already told me that you're building a community of young people back in Mazeras, yeah? So I think setting that example for those people who are out there, because right now in Kenya, I cannot tell you that you're going to get a 8 to 5 job if you're not like, what can I say? If you don't have the connection, Yeah, so I'm seeing you as a light of your community. And just the truth is you are the light of your community. And when you start talking about the 8 to 5 year job, and then you're telling me that entrepreneurship, when you start start the journey, there is no going back, right? So I think what you're doing is very incredible. Just focus on that. In as much as there is hardships in entrepreneurship, like maybe lack of sales this month or the other month, there's always the persistence of it and the passion, You don't start something because I want to start something. I start something because maybe I saw a problem or because this thing is really tied to me. Like the way you just told me your story, that you continued your father's legacy, and not for yourself only, but also for the community, right? And after continuing that legacy of your father's, you also wanted to solve another problem, and that is plastic waste pollution. I see it as a very incredible initiative that you can continue taking it forward without having those ish moments. In that entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for the they say that it's not for the weekend heart, but also it's a very incredible journey for somebody who has passion in it, So
if I may, when I talk about the urge to go back to the 8 to 5 is because we have daily needs. All right? Yeah. We have daily needs. For example, we have rent, tuko na chakula, transportation from probably mali busy yako iko na mali kejani una stay, unaona.
Yeah.
Na with entrepreneurship, for example kama mimi, hiyo ni oyo nasemanga. Sasa I'll talk about the art part ya kupaint.
Yeah.
What nasemanga with art tunahitajingi deal moja tu fiti yenye itakusukuma for at least 3 months. Unaona? Kuna wanga tuna deal moja yenye ikiivana inakusukuma for 3 months. But what about those other months? Because in a year we have 12 months.
Yeah.
Unaona? So when I talk about the hardships, the entrepreneurship, need the daily needs. How are you meeting the daily needs? And that is why hapo kwa patience si kila mtu ana get.
True.
Because pia with entrepreneurship leo unaweza jipanga kabisa, unaenda kuuza vitu na ukakosa hata kuuza. Si ati you're not good at sales.
Yeah.
No. Because sometimes we are hard on ourselves tukisema we don't have the skills to sell z. Sasa zingine hata market yenyewe haiko willing at that time. Unaona? But you have bills to pay.
True.
Unaona? Ndio maana hapo unapata mzee ni heri basi apose ile biashara yake, achaji kusanye huku na kule, apige bizi ingine hapa na pale, hata kama ni ile ya kibarua, umenielewa?
Yes.
Alafu arudi sasa kwa hiyo biashara yake.
Yeah.
So hizo ndo challenges ambazo nasema.
True. I get it. Sometimes you have to bootstrap yourself so that you can give back to what you want to build.
Yeah,
I really
exactly.
understand. And also as an entrepreneur, as an innovator like you, there's always thinking outside the box. You know, tunasemanga like entrepreneurship is always about building and building and building and not stop building. So I always admire how entrepreneurs have that kind of mindset. And that's the same kind of mindset that you have. I can say it.
Man, you know,
you're trying to go away from this, but I really can see it.
You know what you see is I'm a huge fan of Kanye West.
Oh, okay.
A very huge fan of Kanye West. I know I do not usually agree with everything he does.
Yeah.
But what I can learn from him, there's the incredible lessons. Because he's an entrepreneur himself.
True.
Other than just a musician, he's an entrepreneur, a designer and all that. And he has faced a lot of, backlashes from the society themselves and all that. But he's a person who does not give the F, What he wants, he gets it. So pia mimi, I usually admire him. That's why unaonanga venye niko and all that. But sometimes ukikaa pale peke yako na unaanza kujisikiza, you're like, am I making an achievement and all that? So I'm really glad ukisema you are seeing something in me and all that.
Yeah.
I do appreciate, because it's rare. And not to talk ill about the locals or whatever, but even ukiangalia mimi na wewe tumepatana kwa hizi pitching competitions. Mm-hmm. Na ukiangalia most of those investors are not even Kenyan based investors. Am I right?
No, you're saying
unaona, as in the Kenyans they are no Kenyan investors. Na kama wako basi ni kidogo, unaona?
Yeah.
So even when you talk about supporting your very own,
okay, so
man, it's ni kidogo sana.
Yeah, I really get it. What can you tell me? What are they now? Let us not talk about the challenges. So, what are the big wins as Bigfoot you've had so far?
There's one that I actually realized last month, and that was my brand recognition. So there was this competition, I think from Heva Fund, mm-hmm. something of that sort. They're asking for a muralist for a short project. You know how many people forwarded me that post? I think there were so many people who forwarded me that
because
post.
They trust you.
Because they know Hudson
will do it.
Bigfoot
will
is
deliver.
The best person for this.
Yes.
Unaona? So, yani, nilikaa chini mpaka nikaisema, kumbe huku nje bana watu wanajua kazi yangu.
Yeah.
Unaona? I know it's not an achievement that I can eat or something, but it's an achievement that I can be proud of.
True.
That somewhere out there, someone knows what I can deliver.
And that's really incredible. The small wins are really something that we have to appreciate, something that we have also to think about all the time as entrepreneurs out here. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs listening to us, or a lot of people listening to us who really want to get something from you, Savala, today. So what can you tell these upcoming entrepreneurs, or this one person who is seated somewhere who wants to start maybe a business or who wants to join this ecosystem? What message can you tell this person out there?
Very simple. I know, the the first thing that people as an entrepreneur face is fear.
Yeah.
The fear of not knowing what is after the bridge,
Yeah.
And by the I'm a huge fan of ChatGPT. All right. I'm a very huge fan of ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT. Yeye ndo secretary wangu. I've actually nimemweka in a manner that anajua Bigfoot, what it does and all that. And there's a time I asked ChatGPT, if you were the devil, how would you stop an entrepreneur from becoming successful? Man, hata ukiangalia sahi, you'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Among the 3 reasons that ChatGPT linipatia, kuna ile fear. Self-doubt, like you literally have self-doubt.
Yeah.
No. And I think that is one of the many things, or one of the biggest reasons why people don't jump into entrepreneurship. No. And there's this particular reel I came across. Na kuna mzee alikuwa anasema, how big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? Like, you cannot fail. How big can you dream? Toa hiyo factor ya fear.
Yeah.
Now tell me your dream.
I could have dreamed a lot of things.
Huge.
Big things, yeah.
What is limiting that factor is the fear.
True.
And the fear is actually your own self cutting your legs short.
True.
No.
Yeah.
So what I would advise any entrepreneur who wants to become an entrepreneur, who's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, who is an entrepreneur facing challenges. To those facing the challenges, it is not the first time, neither the last, the face. You are not the first person to actually face those challenges.
No.
No. And then to those who want to become entrepreneurs, who are thinking of, is that entrepreneurship is a journey. And if you are a person who thrives in solving problems, I think that is the best journey you should actually embark on. So as an entrepreneur, just feel free. Learn from everybody and teach everybody. It's
True.
a win-win for everybody.
Clearly. True. So this is Hudson Savala, and it has been really nice talking to you, knowing your journey, how you started as Bigfoot, and knowing your personality as Hudson Savala. So Savala, before I even wind up this session, I just want you to share something with the people out there. Like, how can they find Savala? How can they find Bigfoot out there? Where is Bigfoot located? How can they get you in your social media platforms?
Yeah, sisi tuko Instagram, tunajiita Bigfoot Arts. Bigfoot Arts kuna logo ya Bigfoot hapo ya footprint. Profile yetu inakaa yellow and the brown footprint. So it's Bigfoot Arts. And then LinkedIn, the same, Bigfoot Arts. Mimi naitwa Hudson Savala, co-founder. Unaweza nipata LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I use my official names. I am Bigfoot. Bigfoot is me. Hata ukinipata pia umepata Bigfoot Arts. Ukienda Swahili Port in Mombasa hapa hivi ukiuliza Bigfoot utanipata. Ukienda IOMI Red Cross ukiuliza Bigfoot utanipata. Ukikuja Baraza Media Lab hapa Mombasa ukiuliza Bigfoot utanipata. Ukienda Sapphire Hotel ukiuliza Bigfoot utanipata.
Okay, thank you so much, Hudson Savala, and it has been a really interesting session with you. So thank you very much for coming and also for sharing with us your story and also your innovation with us. So thank you guys for listening in, and see you in our next episode. And don't forget to follow us in our all social media platforms at Startup Hustle Podcast. And remember, we are always powered with Swahili Design Lab. So do not forget to like, share, and also follow us in all social media platforms. Bye.